Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, this is the Girl George and the Dragons Radio Show. Today on Super Bowl Sunday, we got a witch for you. Hell with you guys. You guys go watch those guys run around and chase each other with your balls or whatever you do on Super Bowl Sunday. And us girls will talk about witchy stuff, you know, us earth women, us earth mothers, you know. We're the ones that create. You guys can go play with your balls. Okay, so we got a girl from LA, my favorite place, the art scene in downtown LA. She's going to talk. She does curating of art shows and writing and editing and all kinds of good stuff. And she's a witch. Woohoo! So let's hear from Lisa. Hello, how are you?
I am fine. Thank you for that wonderful intro. And how much do I love your music? That it was so great to hear your songs. Like, I can't wait to hear more. Totally great.
I've got tons of them.
Oh,
I used to write a new one every week at Al's Bar because if they didn't like you didn't keep it current and new, they threw shit at you. They threw their cups at you. If you didn't keep it new, they'd throw shit at you. So I wrote new songs every week. I wrote that one about Al's Bar, in fact.
Oh, I love Al's Bar.
Did you ever go to Al's Bar?
I spent so much time in Al's Bar. I was friends with Sylvia Juncosa, who played in SWA and To Damascus, and Al's Bar was one of the places where they could play. I remember my friend Ellen did the door. I had another friend who lived in the American Hotel, David Alec, and Al's Bar was where you would go. And the thing, you'd pay one of the homeless guys $1 to watch your car. That was here, keep an eye on it.
Otherwise, that same homeless guy will break into it.
It worked out well, you know. It was, and I loved going down there and Hewitt and Traction. It was so awesome and fun, and the bathroom was disgusting, and it was just.
Did you go to No Talent Night? Did you ever go to No Talent Night?
I believe I did. You know, that era is a little bit of a blur for me.
What years were you there?
Then I'd have, let's say from the time I was legally able to drink until they closed it. So
what year was that?
Would be, like from the late 80s onwards. on and off.
I was there from 1983. I got to L.A. I probably made it to Al's Bar by '84. Carlos Guitarlos brought me in the place, and I was there till '95, and then I came back up to the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. So I'm back up here now. This is my hometown.
Wow.
Oh, I figured, old elephants go home to die, and I was 50. I figured I'd better come home. But I'm 70 now, and I'm still going, so I guess I'm going to be here forever.
Well, I hope so, because we need you. We need you. We need you to talk about art and music and play your songs and be here on Blog Talk Radio.
So you know Steve and Pam that are making that movie about the American Hotel, huh?
Yes, I do. Steve is a guest occasionally on the Cartwheel Art Tours of the Downtown Los Angeles Art District, and he talks about the American Hotel. And right now, Nuke from UTI, which is one of the graffiti crews, he and his crew are painting the sides and painting the insides. And I met Steve recently at the LA Art Show. He had done a tour of the Downtown Arts District with Cindy Schwarstein, who runs Cartwheel Art Tours. And it was great to meet him in real life, because I think documenting what happened at Al's Bar, it's a microcosm of the development of the Los Angeles art scene and the development of a neighborhood, because the Downtown Arts District is becoming very developed. It's becoming it's always been a cool underground place to live, but now that underground aspect is coming above ground and being commodified.
Yeah, gentrified or something like that.
Gentrified, yes.
Yeah.
Gentrification and commodification. And
in other words, the rich people have moved in and kicked you fuckers out. So you got to find a new cheap place to live. I heard a lot of them moved up to Silver Lake District because it was cheaper than downtown.
Silver Lake started exploding in the mid-'90s, and so did Echo Park. Downtown is, I'm Silver Lake adjacent. I'm actually in Los Feliz, but not in the fancy part. And I've noticed, over the years,
I used to live in La Mirada, right off of Vermont, so that's right around there.
Oh yeah, totally. So
yeah, it was just a block below the fancy part. It was, it was a
exactly
area.
I'm not quite in the fancy part. I'm not. You say Los Feliz, and people are like, they think swimming pools, movie stars, Brad Pitt, whatever.
We had a swimming pool, and it only cost $300 for a one-bedroom apartment, but that was like 20 years ago.
Oh my goodness, that was a good deal for 20 years ago, I have to say. But people love Los Angeles and the greater Los Angeles area, because we have beautiful weather. It's so multicultural, it's so diverse. And people want some place they can live that feels comfortable and a little, exotic and different. It's not.
Oh, they come there to be stars. You know that. They all think they're going to get in the movies, or they're going to get a record contract. Just walk into L.A. and somebody's going to sign you up and make you a movie star and make you rich and famous. Yeah, sure. And so they're all working at the car hop or wherever, like that. Do you know the way to Santa say, sure, they're going to make it. Mm-hmm.
Last train to Georgia, baby.
Yeah. So tell me about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? I hear you do all kinds of things. What do you do?
I do all kinds of things. I'm a Los Angeles native. And I love my city. One of my friends goes, "You're a booster. You boost LA." But I have been writing. I've been making money writing, which is different from supporting myself writing, since I was like 22 years old.
What do you write? In magazines or what? What do you write?
Yeah,
newspapers? What?
I did pieces for the LA Weekly on and off for years. I've been a freelance writer, and then I was brought into the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences to develop Grammy Magazine, which became a national newsstand magazine for a couple of years, and then went back to simply being an in-house organ. And I worked with a very dynamic guy named Jeffrey Colburn, and we created Grammy Magazine. From there, I also wrote for New Times, which was eventually absorbed by the LA Weekly. I was their nightclub columnist. I did some cover stories. And then I got married and whatever, and that kind of went away for a little while. But I got hired by a company to create Sacred History Magazine, with the idea being that we were going to explain different religions and cultures, their history, in sort of a pop culture way. And I have a relatively facile grip on religious history and a slightly stronger grip on pop culture. So I did that for a little while, and then I wrote a book called Las Vegas with Kids. I don't think kids belong in Las Vegas, but writer and whore share a lot of the same letters, and they paid me a bunch of money to do it. And then Cartwheel Art hired me to edit and write for their website, and that's been really exciting because I loved LA art. I was writing about it for Huffington Post. I was writing about it for FireDogLake.com, and now I had a platform to write about LA art for Los Angeles readers. And for readers, actually, we have readers from around the globe now because Los Angeles is so exciting as an art scene. And recently, the writer, director, and producers of a documentary about a specific type of Los Angeles art called Dark Progressivism brought me on board to be an associate producer of the documentary they're making, Dark Progressivism on Rupture and Rebellion. And I've been organizing art shows based around the themes of dark progressivism, which is a style of art that's specifically native to Southern California and directly native to Los Angeles. It comes out of the barrios. It's usually monochromatic, and its antecedents are tattooing and even older graffiti. And that's not the big street art graffiti that we see now, but the Picassos, the hand lettering that with either house paint or asphalt, and it's an elaborate sort of Old English style of lettering. And it's beautiful. Excuse me. If somebody's beeping me, but I just turned them off. It's just incredibly gorgeous stuff. You see the lettering, that's one aspect of it, and then there's certain themes that deal with the struggle. It mirrors actually the development and struggle of Los Angeles in the past 50 years, which, we've had earthquakes, riots, gang wars, drug dealing, but out of that, people have progressed into creating beautiful art and a beautiful city. Now, what the future of the city is remains to be seen, but this art style is very radical, and actually it draws a lot on German Expressionism and the Situationists unconsciously. It's pretty cool.
I was there during the riots. For a fact, they came up Vermont. Remember, they came up Vermont, and they were burning everything in the way, and they were burning the stores a half a block from my house. So I had to cover up my windows to keep the smoke from coming in and killing us. And I grabbed my daughter from school that day when it was coming down, and went to the store and bought some food, and then we hid for about a week till it was over with. We didn't dare go out on the street.
I was here, and I was living in West Hollywood at the time, and I defied curfew. I went outside at like 10:15 and stood in the middle of the street and went, "Woo, I'm a rebel," and went back inside. The riots were very changing in Los Angeles. They shifted a lot.
That was on my daughter's 15th birthday, so she didn't get to have a birthday party on her 15th birthday. But she had a big one on her 16th birthday. Well,
that's the one that really matters. These quinceañeras in the Latino community, Sweet 16 in other communities. It's a very bat mitzvahs are another one. I mean, we all have different ways of celebrating our cultural landmarks and showing the transition of youth to adulthood. And these are very important rituals and rites. And she
was in a program with the Natural History Museum at the time, so she had all kinds of friends that were in that program at the Natural History Museum, which is funny because you know where the Natural History Museum is right in Ground Zero, and here she is, this little white bread, redhead, taking the bus down to South Central to go to the Natural History Museum, and nobody ever bothered her. She
of course not.
She's not the type you bother. She's a tourist. People don't bother her. If you were born there, you know how to deal where you ain't gonna look like a victim and draw that to you.
Right, and I think that
you draw violence to you by looking scared.
Yeah, and I think that if you give people the respect they deserve, and you walk with dignity and respect, that people will notice that. I mean, that's my feeling as a woman. As I can't speak for what a man's experience is, but I know for me, I've been really blessed throughout my life that I treat people nicely, they treat me nicely, and everything moves beautifully. And that's I'm very blessed, and I deal primarily now. I curate a lot of different people. I have a show that's up through February 6th at Barbara's at the Brewery, and her name is Winnie Brewer. She's 72 years old. She's very influenced by Emily Dickinson and the development of womanhood throughout the decade, and her style of art is dissimilar, and her background is dissimilar from a lot of these former gang members whose art I curate. And I call them former gang members because it's, that's the most controversial language to use. But these are legitimate artists who've just had a different life experience than, say, someone who got an MFA though some of these guys do have art degrees. But, it's a very different, it's a very, very different world. And the graffiti and street art now has become, for some artists, a way to get into galleries. Like, I went to art school, but I'm going to do street art to draw attention to myself. I'm going to do graffiti. I'm going to do these, I'm going to wheat paste, and people will notice me, and then I'll be able to get a gallery show. These guys, and there's a few women, but these are primarily men, they were trying to make their mark. They were trying to show people that they existed. Look, I am here. I existed. It's the lettering, the beautiful, ornate murals they would put up. It's a chance of immortality, of eternal life. And with the passing of the new mural ordinance, that eternal life is a shelf life now of about 2 years. But at least murals can be put up legally through a permitting process. That's one of the interesting changes about Los Angeles. For a long time, murals were incredibly illegal and could be painted out even if the owner of the property had okayed it. There was a chance the city, if they got complaints, they'd just be like, it's going, bye, see ya. And now if you go through the permitting process, which is not expensive or difficult, which is amazing considering it's a city, bureaucracy, you can put up a mural. And that's
Do you
great.
know S.A. Griffin? Do you know S.A. Griffin?
Yes, I do know S.A. Griffin.
He's an old friend of mine. Huh?
He's a lovely guy, and he's also a licensed minister. I've seen him perform a wedding, actually. yeah, one of those $1 ministers that you go. Hey, don't knock it. I'm one.
And you become a minister.
I have one of those too, and it works. You can perform weddings. It's totally legal.
Yeah, I know. My son-in-law did it.
It's wonderful. It's very handy to be able to perform weddings. You never know when you'll need to.
Yeah, especially as pagans.
Well, yeah. It's true. People have called on me because I'm not a traditional minister, and they know that I can, free form it a little bit. And what I have, I wouldn't say that I'm a witch, but I'm not a Wiccan. The umbrella of non-Christian beliefs is very big. And especially when you know, like there's many sects of Christianity, there's many sects of Buddhism, there's different lineages in Hinduism. And the same within occultism, I think, is the best, as Western esoteric studies. And I'm a witch because I can do magic, but I'm not a Wiccan, which is a specific type of belief system.
Yeah, that do certain rituals.
Yes, I do slightly different ones, but I do work with oils, herbs, incenses, candles, depending on what I'm doing. I worked for 4 years at Pan Pipes, which is the West Coast's oldest ongoing occult supply shop. And it was a great honor to work there and be able to, set up candles for people, blend incenses, create oils for their situations. It's an important service, and it empowers people. We would never burn the candles ourselves for people, and believe me, if you go someplace and they're like, we'll burn candles for you and there's a lifelong curse on you and blah, 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 run. Because you can handle your own stuff. And sometimes, you just need a little encouragement, and that's what we would give people. We'd put the tools in their hands, explain to them how it works, what they needed to do, and boom, they would go and do it. And if it was a change they really needed to have happen, and, a lot of times we got asked, this is everyone's favorite, and with Valentine's Day coming up, love spells.
Yeah.
The whole thing is, if you don't love yourself, how can you attract love? So that's one thing. People, my boyfriend left me, and I want to my girlfriend left me, and I want to get back at them. No. Living well is the best revenge. Make yourself utterly fabulous. Make your life great. Draw what you want. Don't worry about giving them impotence or acne. Seriously,
move on.
Exactly. So magic works, and all I can say, to quote the great Aleister Crowley, success is my proof. I'm very successful. I do magic. Now, would one have happened would I be successful without doing magic? I have no way of life is not a reproducible experiment. I do magic. I'm successful. Therefore, magic works. Success is my proof.
So
Definitely.
What do you have coming up in your future? We've got like 8 minutes left.
In my future, I am co-curating a show for Homeboys Industries with Fabian Deborah, who is Homeboy Industries artist in residence. Homeboys Industry serves at-risk and formerly incarcerated men and women, helping to integrate them into society, and they focus specifically on former gang members. And that's something that's very, important to me, is to just make sure that people, once they've been through the prison system, can find a way to be gainfully employed, to develop the social skills that they need to be happy members of society. And it helps their community, it helps their family, and it helps them. And so Homeboy Industries is one of my true favorite things. And I'm very excited because in March I'm going to the Muse Inc. Festival, which is it's Travis Barker from Blink-182. He organized it. And on the day Blink is playing, he has one of my favorite bands, Prayers, opening up for them. And Prayers is from San Diego. They're a Cholo Goss band. And the singer, Rafael Reyes, is an artist who I curated into a couple shows that I've done, and that's how I discovered their music. They've played at Coagula for closings of various shows. And I do have to give a shout-out to the amazing Matt Gleason. I'm currently taking his Art World boot camp, and I've taken his curation class, and this is my second time at Art World boot camp, and it is an amazing thing. Matt says hi, by the way. That's how I discovered you.
Yeah. Matt used to play with the Starving Band when I used to play there at Al's Bar, and he used to paint while the Starving Band sang. That was his thing. Back in the day, I used to have love-ins. I used to do it at the love-in too. There's video of him up on. I'll put it on your site. I got video of him doing his artwork at the love-in. Back in the day when he was a young pup.
Well, now he's a very successful gallery owner. He was just at Miami for Aqua and Context. He's incredible, and I listened to him on your show, and that's how I first learned about you. So we owe him a debt of gratitude for introducing us.
So you have a Facebook site, right?
I do. It's my name, Lisa Derrick, and some people might be offended by some of the stuff I post because I am an ardent omnivore, and I post pictures of foie gras, which is now legal here in California again, and I just posted a big picture of a carnitas taco I had this morning from Carnitas El Momo in East LA. I drove over there to pick up some goat and carnitas for a Super Bowl party I'm going to. We're going to make nachos and with carnitas, and we're going to eat some goat. Goat, I love the goat. I love goat
tacos. It sounds like Jamaica. When I was in Jamaica, they had goat. I'd never seen goat before. I don't think I tried it. I tried the gunji, though.
I bet you did. I pretty much I eat everything but innards and insects. And I think that's, but with the exception, of course, being foie gras, which is amazing. And my favorite foie gras is the Torchon at Papi restaurant on Franklin Avenue. They totally take care of me there. Oh, my gosh, I'm so spoiled by the food there. It is incredible. So, in fact, I think that's where I'll be eating next week. If God smiles on me and I sell some more artwork, I will be dining again at Papi. It's, I just love food. I could talk about food forever. I'm salivating thinking about what I'm going to be eating later.
You should write a book about it. You should write a book about all the great foods you like. Be like Anthony Bourdain or whatever his name is, where he travels around the world and eats and drinks and gets stoned. I love him.
He's pretty great. He's definitely opened up people's minds about food. I could travel around LA and eat very well. There's
you can do that.
There's so many different cuisines here.
Maybe they give you free food if you.
No, I would never do that. I would never take free food. That's just wrong. But if someone wants to take me out to dinner, I don't have a problem with that. Oh my goodness. So who's the guest on your next show?
Oh, well, it's a friend of there's an old poet that I used to know back in the 60s. And S.A. knows him. His name is what's his name? Cal Robertson. And he was a poet and a musician. He's been dead for a couple of years. Now I'm talking to a friend of his, and we're talking about Cal Robertson. Okay, and the next week I've got the guy that I canceled today because he was going to be on today, and then I realized, oh my God, I booked a guy on Super Bowl Sunday, so I wrote him and said, you don't have to do it. If you're into football, I'll put on a girl that doesn't care, because I know you guys can't. This is a national holiday for men. So I changed Norman Davis, which is a famous disc jockey from KSAN Radio in San Francisco. He used to be the nighttime disc jockey. The coolest disc jockey going on the coolest station back in the 70s was Norm Davis. And that's who I'm talking to on the 15th. So I moved him back a couple weeks. So it was great talking to you, Lisa.
Same
and
here.
We'll have to talk again.
Let's
we
talk
are
again
out
soon.
of time.
Well, thank you so much, my darling. I appreciate it, and it's an honor to have been here with you on Super Bowl Sunday. You have a great day.
So this is the Girl George and the Dragons Radio Show. See you later, alligator.